Wade is over in the first base coaching box for Howland this afternoon.
0-2 the count. Runners at second and third. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Watts asking for a new ball. Campbell looking to get the Tigers on the board. Key moment here, top of the first inning, opening day here from Austintown, the 0-2. That one rides into the turf a little bit. Runners hold. Count goes 1-2. Falcons shade a little bit towards the right as Watts with the 1-2 delivery. That one is fouled straight back over the fence and out of play, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Alyssa Masucci at third, Zoe King at second. 2 outs, top of the first inning, a 1-2 count on Kayla Campbell at the plate. The delivery from Watts. And rides it up a little bit high and leaves it there. For a ball does Campbell, and the count evens. First base is open. Awaiting in the on-deck circle, Sydney Van Ness. 2s across the scoreboard, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Rise ball went chasing, and Sydney Watts strikes out 4 in the inning. Gets out of the jam, leaves him stranded at second and third. Score stays scoreless after the top of the first inning. We go into the bottom of the first as the Falcons bats coming up right after this.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
And on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartell, YSNLive.com, here with all the action of the AAC opening day softball between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Howland Tigers. Fitch coming to bat. Let's look at the defense surrounding pitcher Lexi Spangler today for the Tigers. Over at first base, it's going to be Chloe Lopez sitting at second. It's going to be Jade Fizette. Shortstop, Alyssa Masucci. Third base, it's Brooke Tater. Then around the outfield, Sydney Van Ness is in left. Right fielder, Zoe Tomko. Center fielder is going to be Zoe King. Then behind the plate is Kayla Campbell. Batting order today for the Falcons. Leading off is Ayla Ray. Batting second as the designated player Sam Severn. Sydney Watts bats third. McKenna Hogan cleanup. Caitlin Mitchell fifth. Kylie Folkwine sixth. Abby Toth seventh. Tina Montgomery eighth. And Maddie Butis rounds things out, batting ninth.
Senior Chloe Lopez. The battery for the Howland Tigers this afternoon is senior catcher number 28 Kayla Campbell, receiving the deliveries in the circle from starting pitcher senior number 9.
As we get to see the Falcons up to bat, Sydney Watts, if you're just tuning in, got into a little bit of a jam, had Alyssa Masucci at third, Zoe King at second, runners at second and third, nobody out at one point in the game, able to strike out the side. Recorded 4 strikeouts in the inning as Alyssa Masucci got on base rather, after the recorded strikeout because of a wild pitch. Ayla Ray, batting leader last year for the Falcons, and a really good swinger on first pitch. As Ray, a year ago, .591 hitter, and she goes swinging, but it's a liner straight to first, and a nice pick out that time by Chloe Lopez for the first out. Pitching is Lexi Spangler, a 6-4 record a year ago, 5.06 ERA. Started 7 games a year ago. Also struck out 61. Spangler gets the first out of Ayla Ray. Sam Severn batting now. She gets it on the ground, forces Spangler to get it off the turf, and the toss to first for 2 quick outs, and Spangler forcing the Falcons to put it in play. The defense of the Tigers picking them up around the field. Spangler helping herself in that exchange, and there's 2 quick outs. And although a phenom when it comes to pitching, Sydney Watts, not a bad batter in her own right. Most homers for the Falcons a season ago, at 11 of those. She also had 29 RBIs and a .526 average as a freshman. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. And the Falcons will not go out on 3 pitches. Spangler, though, getting the 2 quick outs and looking for a pressure-free bottom of the first. Spangler's toss to the circle. Watts hits it over to third. Tater gloves, fields, puts it on the money, and that's out number 3. Falcons go in order as we remain scoreless through 1. We get ready for the stop of the second inning coming up right after this on ysnlive.com.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
And, of course, we thank our sponsors like WFMJ, and we'd like to remind you, if you'd like to become a sponsor on ysnlive.com, you can check out our sponsorship page, ysnlive.com/advertise, to find the package that best fits you and your company. We have a wide variety of packages, including commercials and rolling ad blocks. So, again, find the package that best fits you and your company, ysnlive.com/advertise. We get ready for the top of the second inning here as Sydney Watts toes the rubber of the circle. Leading things off for the Howland Tigers is going to be Sydney Van Ness, 6-7-8 due up in the Tiger order. Pitchers from both sides getting it done different ways as Watts strikes out 4 in her half inning of work. But for Spangler, she gets 3 outs on 4 pitches as the Falcons put it in play, but weak contact around the infield allowed the Tigers to send the Falcons down in order. 1-0 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Count goes 1-1. As Van Ness with the even count. Watts works quickly in the circle, fires in another swing and a miss strike, and down in the count now, 1-2 is Van Ness. Nice crowd out today despite the weather. We have some Howland fans that have made the trek. Falcon faithful here as well. You obviously see more and more fans get out here as the weather warms up, but weather and a little bit of rain might keep them away. Sydney Watts is keeping batters away from the ball, though, today with another strikeout. She's recorded her 5th as Van Ness goes down looking for out number 1 here in the top of the second. Chloe Lopez, who made a nice pick at first defensively, robbing Ayla Ray of a base hit. First pitch, a ball bit high. Checking now on looks like Linda Papagna, the bases umpire. Checking off with Howland Tigers head coach Nicole Waite. Lopez ready for the 1-0 delivery. And that pitch low for a ball as well. And ahead in the count, 2-0. Standing up in the box is Lopez, trying to get ahead of those pitches. Swings by the first offering she's given in this game for a 2-1 count. Lopez, a .360 hitter a year ago. 4 home runs to her credit as well. Go along with 21 RBIs. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Watts fires a couple right by her for a even count, 2-2, 1 down, top of the second. All of Watts' outs today have been by way of the strikeout. She now has 5, make it 6. 2 outs now here in the top of the second. Watts recording 4 strikeouts in the first, 2 now here in the second, and 6 on the game, a half dozen for Watts.
Now batting 8th for the Tigers is junior right fielder
Over 300 a season ago, and she's already looking to get back on track from where she left off in her freshman campaign. Zoe Tomko steps into the box for her first looks, and her first look is a called strike over the middle of the plate. Tomko getting some more playing time in this one. She came in last year as a freshman, got a little bit of experience, but this sophomore campaign really where she's looking to make big strides as a softball player in the Valley. 0-2 the count on her. Watts fires in the pitch, swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sydney Watts through 2 innings of work as the Tigers go in order, strikes out the side, and we go to the bottom of the second. Falcons coming back to bat in a scoreless game for AAC conference action of this opening day of softball.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Welcome back, everybody. Falcons coming back up to bat. Standing in the box, McKenna Hogan, cleanup hitter. Lexi Spangler getting the Falcons down in order on 4 pitches in the previous inning. Hogan takes a first pitch ball, 1-0. Notre Dame College commit, McKenna Hogan, is staying a Falcon too, along with her sister Caitlin Mitchell, also going to the same school. Few Falcons making decision on future college offers as Ayla Ray, the shortstop for Fitch, committing to YSU. Shout out to Renaud Ray, the alum of YSU as well, too. So staying with the alum, and called strike, count 2-1, Hogan. As Lexi Spangler has yet to allow a hit in this one, going through the Falcon order, getting 3 ground outs, 1 to the first base, third base side, and 1 right back up the middle. And that one, a ball tipping off of the glove of Campbell, and a hitter's count, 3-1.
Coaching box, excuse me, Bob Jones at third, Nicole Fiddler at first in the coaching boxes for the Lady Falcons. If you didn't know.
Yeah, Spangler down in the count, 3-1 to Hogan, trying to avoid allowing that first base runner on in this game. Hogan going to be looking for her pitch. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, took a hack at it, and the count goes full, 3-2. Hogan a year ago, 275 hitter, mashing 3 home runs as well. The payoff pitch from Spangler, and it's a swing and a miss. Spangler records her first strikeout of the game. And it's 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Caitlin Mitchell bats 5th.
Fifth for the Lady Falcons is senior second baseman, number 4, Caitlin Mitchell.
Falcons looking for some offense. Spangler doing a phenomenal job out of the gates, retiring the first 4. Coming back to get that strikeout after falling behind in the count. First pitch, and went chasing in the turf, and it's an 0-1 count. Oh, 1 offering from Spangler. She skipped it in the turf, went right back down low. Laying off of it that time was Mitchell, and the count evens. Kylie Folkwine, another 3-sport athlete, similar to Alyssa Masucci on the Tiger side, awaits her first at-bat of her career in the on-deck circle. Spangler getting the call from the dugout, toes the rubber. The 1-1. And that one chopped and called foul at the plate. Down in the count now, 1-2 is Caitlin Mitchell. Working ahead of Mitchell, this go around is Spangler. As the rain seems to have subsided for the time being. Looks like wind blowing straight out towards that right center field area. That one hit up into the air, down towards the left field, and towing the line, able to get the out. As Caitlin Mitchell able to, looks like kept it fair, but kept it in the air a bit too long, and left fielder Sydney Van Ness retires there for the game's second out. Here in the bottom of the second, Kylie Folkwine, center fielder for the Falcons, getting her first look in. Folkwine, we were talking about it, her ability to play so many positions just because of her natural athletic ability. She's really an ultimate utility player for the Falcons, as multiple spots on the field that she can be utilized defensively. Folkwine steps in, 1-0 the count. Spangler utilizing the towel on that right hip. The pitch, skipped it in there, 2-0 the count. Spangler stepping out, getting that call. Coach Waite from the dugout on the first base side. 2-0 pitch. And taking for the first strike of the count is Folkwine. Getting back into it is Spangler. Two, 1. Goes high and outside. And another hitter's count in this bottom of the second inning. The 3-1. Chopping it back foul. And the count goes full. Looking to go 6 up, 6 down is Lexi Spangler in the circle. Should Folkwine reach, Abby Toth awaits in the on-deck circle. The payoff, that one is looped into left field, and it's going to drop, and this game's first hit for the Falcons comes from the freshman Kylie Folkwine. Congratulations to her, her career's first hit as an Austintown Fitch Falcon, and she will settle at first for Abby Toth, looking to get her first hacks as a Falcon in this season. Batting from the right side, Falcons. First time getting some pressure on Spangler, albeit it comes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Spangler deals, and a swing and a miss on the 0-0. Nice change of speeds from Spangler that time. Folkwine does possess speed and can steal one on you if you're not careful. The 0-1. Pitch. Bit outside. 1-1. Good pitch nonetheless, trying to force a chase of Toth. She held up, though, in the count. Back to even, 1-1. Spangler deals the 1-1. Called strike 2. And about a pitch away from getting out of it is Spangler at 1-2. Spangler's ready, the 1-2 offering. Goes up high with the pitch, no chase from Toth. The toss back to first, and Folkwine's in there safely. 2's across the scoreboard, 2 down here in the second inning. Bottom of the second, 2-2 count. A scoreboard Yahtzee. Two offering from Spangler. That one is lined. Foul down the third base side. Just a bit in front of it. That time was Toth. Tried to ride it down the line, but it goes foul, and the count will stay 2-2. Falcons looking to keep the pressure on Spangler. She's looking to get out of it. The 2-2 swing and a miss, and Lexi Spangler records her second strikeout of the game, both coming in this inning. After allowing the first hit, Spangler gets out of the minor jam. We're scoreless through 2 innings of work. We go to the top of the third as the Howland bats coming up after this.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
And on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Top of the third inning, it's going to be the 9-hole hitter Jade Fazette. Then the top, Alyssa Masucci, Zoe King due up for this top of the third against Sydney Watts. Watts recording 7 strikeouts in this ball game already. All of her outs have been by way of the strikeout. She has 7 through 2 innings because she recorded 4 in the top of the first. But reaching after a wild pitch following the strikeout was Alyssa Masucci to lead things off in that top of the first inning. Watts 314 Ks a season ago. And that first pitch, a ball low, 1-0. No doubt everyone thought that Sydney Watts was going to be a great product for the Falcons a year ago, but I don't think anyone really measured up how good she really could have been, and she really lit the world on fire. As we mentioned, a sub-1 ERA at .83, the 300-plus strikeouts, and a 23-3 record overall. And there was a lot of excitement swirling around this team. And when you talk about this team overall, the Falcon community has been so excited for it ever since the ending of last year, and their excitement started swirling almost immediately as the count 1-2 after a couple of bunt attempts from Jade Fazette. One and two the count. Fazette steps in the pitch. And that one rides up a bit high, count evens. Looking to get ducks on the pond for the top of the order. Fazette just looking to reach here, evening the count back up. See if Watts tries to tempt her with something off the plate or go back into attack mode, and went up with it. The strikeout was called and gave up the position after stepping out of the box, so strikeout will stand in the field of play. That's 8 now for Watts.
Roaring back to the top of the Howland Tigers batting order, shortstop number 4, Alyssa Masucci.
Masucci struck out but reached on a wild pitch in that first inning of play. She's going to slice that one foul, and it's going to make an appearance onto the baseball field. Falcons and Tigers in action as well on the baseball diamond just to our right. And another foul, same way. A little late on it is Masucci. She's slicing it to the right side of the field. Trying to time it up, but give credit to Masucci. She's made a lot of contact on these pitches. The timing not an issue for her. She gets it. Weak contact up the middle, mishandled by Watts, and Watts tosses it to the fencing, and Masucci on her way for second, and she's going to get there safely. Couple of errors for Watts on that one, both on the field and on the throw. And with one down, a runner now to second base, and Alyssa Masucci finds way to get herself on base, and that's what we talk about. Despite you might be able to strike her out, but the thing is with Masucci, even that weak contact, she could put down those bunts and she can beat them out. She's got tremendous speed going the 60 feet from the plate to first. Zoe King, the lone Tiger with a hit, only one hit both teams. King had a single in that first. She watches a first pitch ball go by, and it's 1-0. Mentioning King, season ago, .414 hitter. Had 29 hits and 70 at-bats. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. King is ready. Watts is ready. The 1-1. Showing the bunt, and it goes right back to the fencing. And the count, 1-2 now. King looking to produce the same result that she got in her first at-bat. This time, an RBI likely to come with it, and a lead for the Tigers here in the top of the third. Trying to go through the heart of the lineup with a runner in scoring position is Watts. King with a 1-2 count. And that one straight back up into the air, and it goes out of play beyond the fence. We'll do it again at 1-2. Are there some blue skies I'm seeing peek through those clouds? It looks like it. The glooming overcast of Northeast Ohio seems to open up a little bit to show the beautiful blue skies of potential good spring weather that we hope to get. Watts asking for a recall of the pitches. Looking over to the side and now stepping off the rubber. Trying to get on the same page with the catcher, Hogan, as well as the dugout. It's a 1-2 offering to King, and a swing and a miss. King goes down by way of the strikeout. 9 now for Watts. And the dangerous bat of Brooke Tater steps into the box. Went down by way of the K her first time up. Went down swinging. But Tater, double digits home runs a year ago, 500-plus average, 10 home runs, 24 RBIs for Tater. And her swing seems to have gotten even quicker from a season ago. Quick trigger does Tater, and that's what produces all that power, that super fast hand-eye coordination from the sophomore. The 0-1. She leaves that one up high for a ball, 1-1. Tater looking to make Watts pay. Second time she's gotten a chance to bat with runners in scoring position. And going to have a brief conversation. Third base coach potentially seeing something in either the swing or how she's attacking it. Just looking to make those quick adjustments. Watts going to meet with her infield. One and one the count. The pitch. And high and tight inside. Tater spins out of the way for a 2-1 count. Definitely not one you want to get hit by. When we say mid-60s from 45 feet, it's definitely not something you want to get tagged with. Tater just a bit underneath it. She had a great timing on that pitch, but fouls it straight back. Two count, 2 outs, runner at second. Top of the third inning, scoreless ball game as both these teams looking to strike first in All-American Conference action and stake claim to an early lead in the conference. That one, weak contact, it's in the infield, calling it and taking it for the out that time. Nice play for out number 3 as Tina Montgomery retires Brooke Tater on the infield with the pop fly. Tigers get a runner to second, but can't bring them home as the score is scoreless still. Going to the bottom of the third, Falcons bats coming right back up right after this.
How lucky are we to have not one, but two 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the third inning here from Austintown Fitch High School. We want to see these two teams. They're going to be right back in action right here at the same field tomorrow for a 5 o'clock start slated for a first pitch here tomorrow, as it's 1 of 2. The out from Brooke Tater on the infield was the first out that wasn't a strikeout for the Tigers, as Watts 9 through 3 innings of work. Tina Montgomery going to be batting. As Montgomery, 8-hole hitter, and the sun peeking out. Look at that. Not sure if the cheering's necessarily coming for the players or the sun. Maybe a little bit of both from these dugouts. The count 1-1. Tina Montgomery playing third base, batting 8th in this lineup. She hits one straight up, super high up in the infield, calling it off. Both Masucci. Well, Masucci was calling it, but then coming in for the catch that time was Jade Fizette. Almost a collision on the infield, but Fizette able to clinch the rubber, or the leather rather, for out number 1.
Now batting ninth for the Lady Falcons is senior right fielder number 18, Maddie Butis.
Maddie Butis, 9-hole hitter. Went for the bunt, offered up at it, and strike 1. Spangler's 0-1. Tried to fire in a strike, left it a little bit outside, 1-1. Spangler really doing good work through the first 2 innings, striking out a pair in that bottom of the second after recording 3 outs on 4 pitches in the bottom of the first.
2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
Falling behind 2-1 though to Butis. Fell behind a pair of hitters in the previous inning, but came back to record strikeouts against both Abby Toth and McKenna Hogan. 3-1 the count. Hitters count for Butis. Spangler, as we just mentioned, have gotten herself into these kind of situations, but is able to get out of it so far. Falcons only with 1 hit, with a Kylie Folkwine single on the day. Called strike, taking it all the way, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming up with one down. Base is empty. Bottom of the third. Top of the lineup waits on deck with Ayla Ray. And a swing and a miss. Got caught up in between. Third strikeout for Spangler. And there's two away going back to the top of the order.
And now soaring in flight to the top of the Fitch Falcons batting order, shortstop number 12, Ayla Ray.
Ayla Ray steps into the box, batting from the left side. Liner to first, her first time up. As Chloe Lopez making a fine play on the line. First pitch, outside for a strike. Gets a lot of her hits off of first pitches, but one other thing about Ayla Ray that makes her so tough to deal with is her two-strike approach. Quick bat getting it through the zone. She's able to make phenomenal contact, and she lined that one out to center, and it's over the head of center fielder and rolling into second base. A fumble on the infield, diving into third, and Ayla Ray gets a double. Some errors get her to third, and a rocket by Ayla Ray just shy of the home run. As center fielder Zoe King had to play it off the hop. And what a line drive hit from Ayla Ray. And Sammy Severn, first Falcon that has been in scoring position today. And Sammy Severn looking to bring him home. Ayla Ray stands at third. Falcons looking to break the scoreless tie. Sam Severn. Grounded back to Spangler, her first time up. She takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Spangler able to get out of a minor jam with the runner at first in the bottom of the second. Pressure a little bit heightened in this bottom of the third. A grunt coming from Spangler, too, putting a little extra on it as it rides a little bit low below the knees for the count to run even. The 1-1 Spangler rides it into the turf that time, a little low, 2-1. Sydney Watts awaits in the on-deck circle. Not a batter you necessarily want to face with runners on. Spangler gets a big swing for a strike, 2-2 the count. 2 outs, and Spangler now just a pitch away from getting out of it. Gets her call from the dugout. Shakes in approval and fires the 2-2. That one a chopper to first. Chloe Lopez plays it on a hop and gets the underhand toss with a nice cover from the second baseman that time, Jade Fizette, and that's out number 3. Falcons strand a runner 60 feet away as the game remains scoreless through 3 innings of play here at Austintown. Tigers bats coming back up, top of the 4th right after this. You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartell, and my sports network is your sports network.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Welcome back in, everybody. Ty Bartell here with YSNLive.com. Top of the fourth inning in this scoreless ball game between the Howland Tigers and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Opening day of softball between these two teams. Falcons looking for their fourth consecutive conference crown. The winners of 3 straight. Howland looking for a major win to put them in first place early on in the season. It's been a pitcher's duel. Both Lexi Spangler and Sydney Watts have been dealing. Watts striking out 9 so far. Spangler has 3 strikeouts set to face off each other as Spangler's in the box.
He has 2 and Hader has 1.
As pitch called strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Watts 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strikeout number 10 for Sydney Watts as she's entered double digits once again in the strikeout count.
Now catcher number 28, Kayla Campbell.
Kayla Campbell with 1 down now. Looking to get some more offense going, the Tigers, with just the 1 hit so far in the ball game, but they've had 3 runners on base, stranding all of them in this ball game, all of which were in scoring position. That one a pitch for a strike. Falcons stranding 2 on base, one of those being in scoring position the previous inning, with Ayla Ray being left at third. Count 1-1, 1 down. Kayla Campbell, strikeout victim her first time up. Fouls that one back, and it's a 1-2 count. Watts. Shoes come untied again. Got some slick laces today. Ready to reset at the 1-2 count. The long hold from Watts. She sets. Campbell's ready. The 1-2. Called strike 3. 11 strikeouts now for Sydney Watts here on opening day. Up now, Sydney Van Ness.
Now the left fielder number 10, Sydney Van Ness.
Strikeout in the first appearance for Van Ness. She takes ball up high, 1-0. Watts tries to fire in a strike, and they say just a bit inside, 2-0. With the construction going on and the home bleachers for the Austintown Fitch Falcons football stadium, Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium, seating arrangements, a little bit wonky here for the softball field, but they have made adjustments and arrangements, putting plenty of seating in the outfield areas, as well as still having the bleachers behind the home plate. But everyone knows the old baseball, softball rules. You get those outdoor chairs, you bring them and get ready in the outfield. Sydney Watts makes a fine play coming in from the circle to grab the pop fly for out number 3. Tigers go 1-2-3 as Watts has struck out 11 through 4 innings of work. The bottom of 4th coming up as the Falcons bats coming back around looking for some offense after this.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the fourth inning as Brooke Tater for the Howland Tigers back out to pitch her second inning of work. Tater last year went 4-5 in the circle with a 4.22 ERA and 81 strikeouts. A fine year for the freshman a year ago. Coming into her sophomore campaign, looking for a second inning of work after a good first inning. She's set to take on Sydney Watts for her first time and draws a swing and a miss for strike one. Watts against Tater has drawn a strikeout and a pop to third. This is Tater's first time going against Watts in the box. Sydney Watts with the grounder to third, though, to none other than Brooke Tater in her first at-bat. So these two have been seemingly tied together at some point throughout this entire game. 1-1 the count on Watts, the leadoff hitter, as Taters 1-1. And the foul gets chopped third base side and to the Falcon dugout, 1-2. Well, if you like offense, this isn't the type of game for you. But if you're a pitching and defense connoisseur, this is all that you can ask for and more. Both pitchers, well, three pitchers now, the combination of Spangler and Tater, doing really good work for the Howland Tigers against the Falcon lineup. And Sydney Watts living up to that untouchable nickname given to her last year with 11 strikeouts in the circle. Getting a strikeout in the box, not one that she wants, not one of the strikeouts she necessarily wants to register. She goes down by way of the K, and Tater gets a little bit of revenge in the circle the opposite way. Her second K of the game, 4 now for the Tigers.
Now batting catcher, number 34, McKenna Hogan.
McKenna Hogan, strikeout victim her first time up, now 1 down. Swing and a miss. And Tater brings some speed and some pop with her pitches, no doubt. She's definitely worked on that, and exciting to see what this sophomore season can bring. Pitch is low. And like we talked about, Watts with the Falcons, Tater with the Tigers, couple of sophomores. You get a couple more years after this season to see the battles between these two. Both are pitchers that can rake with tremendous power. 1-2 the count, and Tater looking for 3 strikeouts in just her second inning of work. The 1-2. Chopped, and it's over the first base dugout, and that might have entered into the baseball field, Richard L. Coppola Field. Might have gotten into the bullpen. I think it did. It entered into the bullpen. Yep. One of the Falcon pitchers holding the softball up for everyone to see.
If somebody wants to go and claim it, you can have a game ball back.
1-2. Missing that one outside. Count runs even for Hogan. Caitlin Mitchell awaits in the on-deck circle for the Falcons. Both teams with just 1 hit of offense in this ball game today. And Tater forces the weak contact, pop fly, and gets it herself. Campbell was going for it, but Tater called it Little bit of a minor collision between catcher and pitcher, but Tater holds on for the out. And 2 down now. Nice play by Tater.
Second baseman number 4, Caitlin Mitchell.
Fair to mention, too, the substitution when Tater came in last inning, it was just a straight swap. Spangler going to third when Tater took over in the circle. 0-1 the count after a called strike on Caitlin Mitchell. Mitchell flew out to left her first time up. The 0-1. Fouled back to the fencing, and 0-2 the count. Working ahead tremendously well has been Tater since coming on in the third. Tater's ready, the 0-2. And a foul chopped. We'll do it again at 0-2. Tigers and Falcons in a matchup of who's going to blink first inside the circle. Spangler and Tater, the tag team for the Tigers, trying to work through 4 scoreless. The untouchable Sydney Watts has worked through 4 scoreless, recording 11 strikeouts. That one, a liner to third off of Spangler's foot, and not going to be able to recover it. It's an infield single, maybe an error. We'll see what do we have, Googs? We're going to call it an error, says scorekeeper Bob Gugliotti. But more importantly, it was hitting the foot of Lexi Spangler, and more importantly is a potential injury concern for Spangler, giving her at least a few moments on the field. Coach and infield going to come in and give a conversation or give her some time to try to recover. We're going to take a real quick break as they tend to Spangler. Get a word up here in the press box. Be back after this.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-res futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
All right, we're right back here. Spangler coming out with the injury. We obviously wish her the best in her future health and endeavors, as Caitlin Mitchell is at first after the error. Kylie Folkwine, one of 2 Falcon hits today, as Ayla Ray had the double. Folkwine with a single her first time up. She's 1 for 1. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Sydney Van Ness went from left to center, and Callie Vardavis entered into the ball game, into the outfield, and sliding over to third base then for the Tigers was Zoe King for Spangler. 0-2 to Folkwine, and she rockets that one out to center. Not a ton of distance on it, and just checking into center field and making a fine play for out number 1 was Van Ness, as the Falcons leave one at first in a scoreless ball game through 4 innings of play. Top of the 5th coming up here from Austintown right after this.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Reliability. Innovation. Scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 5th inning, Chloe Lopez leads things off, followed by Zoe Tomko, Jade Fazette, 7, 8, 9 in the order. First pitch, a ball. Recording 11 strikeouts today so far is Sydney Watts. In this pitcher's duel, both Spangler as well as Tater working through 4 innings, 2 apiece on the Tigers side. All 4 innings logged by Watts on the Falcons side. 1-1 the count now. Lopez, a .360 hitter a year ago. 1-2 the count. She also mashed 4 homers a year ago, as well as bringing home 21 RBIs. 1-2 the count. Watts looking to register another K. Called strike 3 and a dirty dozen in the strikeout department for Sydney Watts. And she's looking to equal or maybe perhaps surpass her opening day performance against the Canfield Cardinals a year ago.
Now stepping in right fielder number 2, Zoe Tomko.
Watts owning so many records here for the softball program. 19 strikeouts, the single game record coming against the Cardinals opening day last year as a freshman. But Watts now recording 12 through 4 1/3. Called strike. Tried to back away from it, Tomko, but clipping the inner third of the plate. And Watts gets 0-2. Down in the turf, it's 1-2. One and two's the count. 1 down, top of the 5th. Offense is at a premium. Hits are as well. Pitch is low. It's very well seems like the type of game where if someone can find one to exceed the fence around the field, that might be all it takes to get a victory in this one. It's a case of, again, who's going to blink first? Watts seems to be focused and staring down the plate. A baker's dozen in the strikeout department now. 2 down in the top of the 5th. Unbelievable. I mean, the ability to just continue to impress, continue to be as dominant. Doesn't even look like she missed a beat from a season ago. Fires in a strike, 0-1. And once you know it, if you haven't been following the story throughout the offseason, a little bit of an ankle injury that kind of had her down in the dumps, but took about a week, got mentally strong, went right to work recovering for it. Doesn't look like she was dealing with any injury at any point in the offseason. She looks just as good, if not even better, than she did a year ago. Watts gets Fizette down 0-2. The 0-2 delivery, 2 down. 14 strikeouts for Sydney Watts. As the top of the 5th inning, the Tigers go in order, striking out the side once again today. As we go to the bottom of the 5th in this scoreless ball game, who's going to blink first?
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Bottom of the 5th inning as the Falcons and Tigers, both teams looking for some offense. Abby Toth, first baseman, leads things off. Brooke Tater back in the circle. Talking about Sydney Watts' pitching success in the circle, you could always ask her, and she will always give credit as well to the girl behind the plate and McKenna Hogan, a really dangerous duo. Super comfortable with Hogan a year ago. And so happy to have that comfort level back and that backstop back from a year ago has been Watson. A lot of those offseason conversations, and if you talk to pitchers, especially in the softball world, but it also applies to baseball world, obviously, but the catcher-pitcher relationship so important, too. You need to have that comfort level with your backstop, and there's obviously a strong comfort level between the two here in Austintown. 1 down here, bottom of the 5th, up to bat, Tina Montgomery. And Brooke Tater is dealing. She's on for her 3rd inning of work. She's worked 2 1/3 innings of scoreless ball following Lexi Spangler's first 2 innings of scoreless work. The 0-1. Ball 1-1. As Tina Montgomery awaits the 1-1. That one rides inside for a ball, 2-1. Maddie Butis awaits in the on-deck circle. Falcons looking to get some base runners on to bring that top of the order back around. 2-1. Chopped into Richard L. Coppola Field. Slapped. It was left field, all right. Left field of the baseball field. And the stoppage of play. Wonder if Alec Caberna is making the call of the stoppage of play over on ysnlive.com. We got both games for you. Alec Caberna over at the baseball side of things for the Falcons and Tigers. And, of course, yours truly right here for all the softball action here on today's game. Austintown, the place to be. So many rainouts occurring all over the valley, Tri-County area. 2-2 and a chopper foul. Good at bat by Tina Montgomery. Seeing a decent amount of pitches against Tater. Gets the call. She's ready. Works really quick, does Tater. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Brooke Tater, and she retires the first 2 of this bottom of the 5th. What a game plan by the Howland Tigers going against the 3-time consecutive defending AAC champions. Maddie Butis looking to turn it over to the top. 9-hole hitter. 0 for 1 today with a K. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball. Same team, same place, same field, same everything tomorrow. Just a little bit of a different start time. Slated for a 5 p.m. start instead of 4:30. But the Tigers and Falcons right back in action for 1 of 2 in a row. And it will be the last game against the Howland Tigers this season, as well as back-to-backs for baseball, softball. And Tater, 1 pitch away from going 3 scoreless against the Falcon lineup. The 1-2. And a foul back and out of play. A little bit of opposite stories on both these fields. Howland Tigers 0-2 against the Falcon softball team a year ago, but the Howland Tigers baseball team 2-0 against Fitch a year ago. So both these teams looking to get victories. And that one, a ball. 2-2 the count. The score 1-1 it looks like over at the baseball field. And of course you can find the live call of that one with Alec Camerta. ysnlive.com/team/Austintown Fitch, or you could see the live games on ysnlive.com/live. The 2-2. Just a bit outside, and the count runs full for Maddie Butis. Ayla Ray waits in the on-deck circle. She rocketed a double out to center field her last time up. 1 for 2 on the day is Ray. Butis looking to reach. Tater looking to get her team to the 6th. The 3-2. Up, back, and out of play. Goes into the track area between the baseball and softball field here in Austintown. And the crowd continuing to grow, too. A lot more people coming out to catch this opening day game. You love to see the softball love and fandom continuing to grow in the area. And this might be one of the teams to catch, too. And you talk about the Howland Tigers. That might be one of those dark horse teams that maybe people aren't talking about, but you're going to want to start talking about them soon. They have quite a ball club here. A lot of the younger players stepping up to make huge impacts. And Maddie Butis draws the first walk of the ball game for either team. And it brings up Ayla Ray for a golden RBI opportunity if she can get one lined up like she did her last time up. 2 down. Bottom of the 5th, Ray takes a first pitch strike, 0-1.
This is the first time in the game that the batting order's seen a pitcher sit 2 times.
It's Tater. Works through the lineup for her 2nd time now. The 0-1. That one lined. Foul. First base side. And that ball hit with such velocity, it made it through the fence, I believe. Made it through the fence out there and on the first base side. 0-2 the count. Tater, 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Maddie Butis on first. The pitch to Ayla Ray. It's lined in the left center field, holding Butis up at second. And Ayla Ray is 2 for 3 on the day, a single and a double. Runners at first and second. Second time today that the Falcons have threatened with a runner in scoring position. As Sam Severn looks to deliver. Severn, second time batting with a runner in scoring position, batted with Ayla Ray at third her last time up. Tigers were able to strand Ray. The last time the Falcons had a runner in scoring position, and Tater fires in a first pitch strike. Both runners reaching with 2 outs. Butis with the walk, Ray with the single. The count 0-1 now on Sammy Severn. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Brooke Tater gets ahead of the count once again. It's also worth mentioning that Ayla Ray, base hit, coming with an 0-2 count. 2 strikes once again. Shows why she's one of the better hitters in the area, especially with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Severn holds up, and the ball rolls outside 1-2. The 1-2 from Tater. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brooke Tater gets out of it. Stranding runners at first and second with a big strikeout of Sam Severn. We're through 5 innings. Scoreless ball here from Austintown. The top of the 6th coming up. Tigers look to break the tie after this.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller. Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors. With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Top of the 6th inning in this scoreless ball game. Sydney Watts has struck out 14 through 5 innings of work. The combination of Lexi Spangler and Brooke Tater have also held the Falcons scoreless through 5, allowing just 4 hits in that span. 3 hits, in that span. 1 walk as well. Top of the order for the Tigers, Alyssa Masucci leads things off. Masucci, despite not having a hit, has reached both times, once on an error and once on a wild pitch. And this is one of the base runners you do not want to allow on base, as she can wreak havoc once she is aboard. 0-2 the count. Quickly getting ahead is Watts of Masucci. Alyssa Masucci, Zoe King, Brooke Tater, the 3 due up here in this inning. Zoe King, the lone batter with a hit today against Sydney Watts. And that one goes back. Count stays 0-2. Watts gets the call, stands back in the circle. The pitch. That one line right field and out of play. Bangs off one of the porta potties, one of the 4 that are sitting over the fencing out and right. Be a rude welcoming, a rude wake-up call, too, coming out of one of those. The 0-2 from Watts. And that one, a foul right off the shin, and they're going to give Masucci a little bit of time to recover for that one. Hogan going to go to the circle. They're going to check on her inside of the box. And Hope to get an update on that, too. We're going to take a real quick break. The count 0-2, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. When you're talking 44 degrees, the stinger turns from a bee sting to maybe a murder hornet variety when you're talking 44 degrees. Masucci, though, is going to step right back in the box. She's ready to go after a brief delay of game. 0-2 the count, nobody out. Such looking to get aboard to start something for the Tigers. Sydney Watts looking for the innings first out. The 0-2 offering, swing and a miss, 15 strikeouts for Sydney Watts as she's worked 5 1/3 innings of scoreless softball now. Zoe King, 1 for 2 today.
For the Tigers, third baseman number 24, Zoe King.
King goes swinging at the first pitch and misses 0-1. The 0-1. Nice liner to center, left center field. It's going to go to the wall. Rounding first and heading for second is King. The throw, not going to make it in time, and a double for Zoe King. She has 2 hits today, single and double against Watts. What a day at the plate for Zoe King. A 1-out base runner in scoring position. Golden opportunity for Brooke Tater to break this scoreless tie.
Pitcher number 16, Brooke Tater.
The mashed Tater, 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a pop-up. She goes swinging at the first pitch. It stays on the infield. Ayla Ray calls it off and gloves it for out number 2. Big out. Retiring Tater. And Tater, you know, she's looking for that first pitch. Going to be one of the best ones she gets, just a bit underneath it. As she looked to line that up and send it over a fence.
Sophomore left fielder number 7,
Callie Vardavis, who's subbed in for Lexi Spangler after the injury at third, gets her first look at Sydney Watson. It comes with a big moment in the ball game as she looks to untie this scoreless tie here in the top of the 6th. Ball down low. Hogan able to pick it out nicely from the turf. 1-1. The 1-2 delivery from Watts. She gets it in there for a strike. 1-2. Looking for one more pitch to get out of this 6th inning jam. As Callie Vardavis awaits the 1-2. Takes low. 2-2. Talk about a pressure cooker situation. Get your first at bat against Sydney Watts in the 6th inning with a potential game-winning run on second base. Putting up a good at bat so far is Vardavis. The count is 2-2. Pitch from Watts. Leaving it low, and Callie Vardavis runs the count full. Not chasing. First base is open, but Kayla Campbell awaits in the on-deck circle should Vardavis reach. The payoff. And leaving it low, Callie Vardovich draws the walk, and now both pitchers, or both sides rather, allowing one walk on the day. Runners are at first and second for Kayla Campbell, who's looking for a bit of outfield grass.
Now coming up, catcher number 28, Kayla Campbell.
Campbell 0 for 2 today against Watts. The pitch. First pitch taken, it's a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Nice job by Hogan, too. Looking the runner King back at second. Count 0-2 once again. Howland has runners at first and second. The pitch from Watts. Called strike 3 and a sweet 16 on opening day for Sydney Watts. Goes 6 scoreless as the bottom of the 6th coming up. And the Tigers looking to put a 0 on the board, trying to match the Falcons once again right after this.
No runs, 1 hit. The second hit of the game for Zoe King. A double.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and these teams starting to run out of regulation innings for offense to be had. We might have to go into some extras if these teams can't figure it out offensively sooner or later. 3, 4, 5 due up in the Fitch order, and Sydney Watts, McKenna Hogan, and Caitlin Mitchell. 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout is Watts. Brooke Tater registering the strikeout against Watts her last time up. First pitch offering to Sid, and it's a bit low for a ball. The 1-0. Inside for a ball, 2-0. And this might be a case, too, where do you really want to play with fire at some point? And you might just want to not necessarily intentionally walk, but maybe not throw anything super close to the zone either in a scoreless ball game like this. Swing and a miss, and that changeup of Brooke Tater's is nasty. Changes up a little bit of speed, had Watts out in front of it, and the count goes 2-1. What a time to call for that pitch, and what execution from Tater. The 2-1. Try to go right back with this called strike. Not to be had. The hitter's count now for Watts. Watts looking for her pitch. See if Tater offers anything close. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Added some velocity to it and went up the ladder. Able to blow one by Watts. The count runs full. And runs it a bit low, and Watts draws the walk. Albeit a tough at bat against Tater, but able to get herself on first. Pinch runner, likely coming in here for Watts. And with McKenna Hogan coming up.
Sydney Watts at first, number 42, freshman Morgan Roby.
A lot of Robies that have come through the Austintown program through all sorts of sports. Morgan Roby, the pinch runner, at first for Fitch. McKenna Hogan, nobody out, runner at first, looking to advance, pulls back the bunt attempt. It goes past the backstop, going for third, skips into the outfield, able to back it up nicely, but over at third now after some errors around the infield from the Tigers. Morgan Roby sits 60 feet away from this game's first run. The count is 1-0 on McKenna Hogan. And four. Wild pitch and then an error. The call.
Did they try to throw her out at second? Is that what you're saying? No. Well, I'm going to give her 2 bases on the wild pitch, though, because she was there pretty much.
1-0 the count. McKenna Hogan just looking to make solid contact towards the outfield. Takes for a ball. 2-0. Morgan Roby sits at third. The leading run. The pitch from Tater. Line drive, base hit from McKenna Hogan, and that'll untie this ball game. RBI single for Hogan. Brings home Morgan Roby. Fitch with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Big time clutch base hit from McKenna Hogan out of the cleanup spot. And she gets the Falcons' first RBI of the season. First run goes to Morgan Roby.
Now the courtesy pinch runner for the Lady Falcons.
And bringing up Caitlin Mitchell.
Junior Samantha Hines, 57.
And Samantha Hines. And you love the Hines 57 reference on it, wearing 57. And Samantha Hines, the pinch runner for Hogan.
Now at the plate for Fitch, second baseman number 4, Caitlin Mitchell.
Caitlin Mitchell pops it up near the infield, looking to track it down and able to make the catch in front of the Falcon dugout for the first out here of the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Kylie Folkwine. Had her first hit of her Fitch career earlier in the game. Looking for her second now.
13, Kylie Folkwine.
The 0-0. Folkwine swings, chips it into the turf. It's 0-1. Brooke Tater re-enters the circle. 0-1 the count on Folkwine. One down here, bottom of the 6th. Foul tipped back, and the count goes 0-2. Falcons breaking the scoreless tie here in this inning off of a McKenna Hogan RBI single, bringing home Morgan Roby, who was pinch running for Sydney Watts, who drew the walk to lead off the inning. And the Falcons now looking for a game plan defensively, too, where they need 3 outs to get the opening day victory. Staying alive with the foul ball is Folkwine, and the count will stay 0-2. A lot of younger names and some new faces on this Falcon ball club that coaching staff going to be looking for impacts. You're trying to fill big names that left a season ago due to senioring out, that are all, most of which are playing in colleges. And the runner advancing from first to second off the wild pitch. And Samantha Hines will now be in scoring position, and a chance for the Falcons to add some insurance to their lead before the 7th. Kylie Folkwine got her first hit of her career earlier in the game, now looking for her first RBI. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Tater draws another strikeout. Retiring Folkwine, there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to give it up to Abby Toth now.
Number 10, Abby Toth.
First pitch offering, Toth gets underneath it towards short, and Masucci flags it down for out number 3. Falcons break the scoreless tie off of a McKenna Hogan RBI single. We go to the top of the 7th. Fitch looking for 3 outs. Tigers looking for some offense. Ty Bartell, ysnlive.com. We'll be back right after this.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Top of the 7th inning, Sydney Watts looking for 3 outs to clinch Fitch's first victory of the season against the conference rival, the Howland Tigers. Sydney Van Ness, Chloe Lopez, Zoe Tomko due up in this inning. And for the Tigers, they need a base runner desperately, only down by 1. But getting that tying run aboard would certainly take a little bit of pressure off the Tiger offense. Pulling back the bunt attempt, and the count evens 1-1. Watts has struck out 16 through the first 6 innings of work. That pitch rolls a bit high, 2-1. The count 2-1. Watts takes a stroll around the circle and re-enters. Van Ness awaits the 2-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Van Ness getting some more significant playing time this year. Played in about 6 games a year ago as the senior Going to be leaning on her for her leadership a little bit more, but Sydney Watts gets her 17th strikeout of the game and the first out here in the 7th.
Batting first baseman number 27, Chloe Lopez.
Chloe Lopez up, trying to get something aboard for the Tigers, whether that's a walk, a base hit, however you can do it. You just need a base runner. First pitch, a ball. It's 1-0. The other thing, though, with players like Chloe Lopez who possess a little bit of power, Watts is the type of pitcher where you can use her power against her. You need to line up the bat is the problem. If you can line it up and square it up, she possesses the power, and she provides some of it for you to where you can get it over the fence and tie this game with one swing. A little bit easier said than done, but the power pitcher does allow for home runs to be a factor in the offense. And Lopez is a hitter that can send it out over the fence if you're not careful, especially in hitter count situations. 3-1 now against Lopez. Watts looking to get back into the count. Lopez looking to square one up. The 3-1. Called strike, and Watts lost her footing and still fired in a strike. Laughing it off, but also a collective holding of breaths for the Falcon community. You don't want to see her taking any spills like that. For all the highlights that Sid will give you, she'll give you about half as many bloopers as well, too, throughout the course of the season. A gamer with a little bit of quirkiness, too, is the perfect way of describing Sydney Watts. The count is full, 1 down. The payoff to Lopez. Swing and a miss. 18 strikeouts for Sydney Watts here on opening day. She sits 1 away from tying the record from last year's opening day against the Canfield Cardinals with 19. Nonetheless, another phenomenal opening day performance. And if you think she's missing a beat from a year ago, I don't know what you've been watching. Tomko, last opportunity for the Tigers. First pitch swinging 0-1. Tomko awaits the 0-1 offering, shows bunt, and it bunts right back to the backstop, McKenna Hogan. And now down to their last strike are the Tigers and Tomko. Hogan getting that nickname of gravity from behind the plate for bringing things back down to earth, but also just does a good job of staying in front of the ball, too. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Like it's so nice, you'll see it twice. Sydney Watts right back at it. 19 strikeouts in back-to-back opening days. Another shutout for Watts, and the Falcons get just enough offense with McKenna Hogan's RBI single in the bottom of the 6th to get the close, narrow 1-0 victory over Howland as Fitch starts off 1-0 in the conference. Howland now 0-1 in the conference. 1-0 in the regular season. Overall is Fitch. 0-1, of course, are the Tigers. Both these teams are right back at it. Same time, same place. No, I should say, check that. Not same time. Half hour later. 5 o'clock start for the first pitch tomorrow. Same place, same teams as Howland and Fitch go for Game 2 of this short 2-game series. As the Tigers look for revenge, Fitch looking to go 2 in a row. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Softball. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, who were able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance today. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who with his work with Bobstein Park Baseball, YSU Football, and YSNLive.com, the many hats that Mr. Leslie wears, and we thank him for each and every single one of them. But most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities. You guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about, and so we thank you. If you were in the Warren Howland area supporting the Tigers from afar, we'd like to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Howland Tiger Athletics, but also YSNLive.com. Or if you were right here in the Austintown area supporting your Falcons, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Austintown Fitch Athletics, but also YSNLive.com. Or wherever you may be in the sport of high school softball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good day, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.